Welcome to the world of powerful wood splitters that tear through massive logs with absolute precision. This is where machines reign over the forest timber. Subscribe now to experience raw, satisfying power. Welcome to Tree Power Channel. The firewood processor roars to life, the engine growling like a beast in the forest. A large, rugged, and heavy red oak log is neatly placed on the conveyor bed. The conveyor slowly pushes the log toward the sharp steel splitting blade, preparing for the timber split. The blade begins to lower, pressing firmly against the log, producing the characteristic cracking sound echoing through the air. The tough red oak log gradually splits into two even halves under the steel's pressure, cracks spreading like a spider web until the log fully separates. The evenly split pieces drop onto the collection bed, ready for the next stage. The splitter operates powerfully, precisely, and tirelessly, demonstrating superior strength when handling hardwood like red oak. The iron and oak log splitter, 37-ton, equipped with a powerful Honda GX 270 engine, stands proudly in the middle of the yard, brand new and gleaming under the sunlight. Its fresh paint and mechanical scent still linger in the air. A man stands beside it, operating the machine with care and rhythm, each movement aligned with the steady, reliable pace of this solid piece of machinery. He gently maneuvers the control lever, positioning each log precisely for the blade to do its work. The machine can be used both horizontally and vertically. Horizontal mode for heavier, hard-to-lift logs, and vertical mode for massive upright logs that don't need to be raised. This adaptability allows it to handle a wide range of log sizes and weights with ease. Delivering a crushing force of 37 tons, the iron and oak doesn't just split wood, it cleaves through the grain with authority and precision, making it a powerhouse for firewood preparation and serious wood processing tasks. Growy versus the giant oak, a struggle of power and precision. In the frame, the Growy machine stands before a massive challenge, a thick, heavy oak log, unyielding and full of resistance. The mechanical arm reaches out, clearly undersized for the task. It trembles slightly, struggling to lift and center the colossal timber. A man steps in, seasoned and steady. With practiced hands, he repositions the log, guiding it into place, adjusting angles, giving it the human touch machines still need. Then, with a single press, the hydraulic ram surges forward. A brutal push. The oak log shakes, and then crack. A thunderous sound of splitting wood pierces the air. The mighty oak yields, ripped clean in two. Both halves crash to the ground with force, dust and splinters rising like smoke from a battlefield. Growy pauses, its job done. In that moment, machine and man prove what they can do together, take on nature's toughest, and break it open with precision and brute force. Wood-splitting excavator, a steel arm turned into a blade of the forest. The excavator crawls methodically through the log yard, its hydraulic boom stretching out like the trained arm of a seasoned worker. At its tip, a cut-and-split head, part saw, part splitter, fully weaponized for timber. Each log is grabbed, lifted, and cleanly sliced in seconds. The cut piece is immediately fed into the splitter, where uniform firewood chunks spill out, landing in neat rows across the completed yard. No conveyor belts, no extra stages, just one operator, one machine, and an entire forest processed with precision. The wood-splitting excavator doesn't just work. It sorts, it commands, it transforms raw timber into ready fuel on the spot. All it takes is one push of a button, and the action begins. The conveyor jolts to life, pulling in raw logs with mechanical hunger. Screech. The circular saw slices through the trunk like it's paper. Instantly, the cut log enters the splitter. Steel blades slam down with precision, cracking the wood into neat, uniform pieces. No pause, no delay. Each log is processed in mere seconds, and the split pieces glide smoothly onto the outfeed conveyor, carried directly to the storage area, ready for loading. The LDK 450 isn't just a machine. It's a high-speed production line, engineered for performance, tuned for speed, and executed with flawless precision. No wonder people say, "That's insane speed." Outdoors, in the cool air filled with the scent of fresh timber, two men operate a compact log segmenting machine. One feeds the round log into the machine, while the other controls the pressing system and cutting blade. The machine quickly grips the log, and the internal blade slices it into evenly sized sections. Wood chips drift in the breeze as the cut pieces drop into place, ready for the next stage of processing. The Duin VK63, though compact in size, possesses splitting power far beyond expectation. Built with a streamlined yet formidable design, it stands quietly in the wood yard, a cold, mechanical force of nature. A man in protective gear lifts each heavy log with care, placing it firmly on the platform. He grips the lever and pushes, firm, deliberate. Instantly, the steel splitting blade drives downward with immense pressure, cleaving the wood in two with precision. A sharp cracking sound echoes, dry and metallic, as the grain of the log gives way cleanly under the calculated force. Each motion is a perfect rhythm. Load the log, push the lever, split, and another piece of timber is torn apart. A faint mist of wood dust rises into the slanting sunlight, catching the golden glow as the machine continues its relentless, flawless cycle. The Halverson HWP 140B is a powerful and state-of-the-art firewood processor, engineered to fully automate the entire wood processing workflow. This machine expertly lifts each log onto a specially designed cradle, where a smooth yet precise push feeds the wood toward a razor-sharp circular saw blade. The saw blade swiftly and powerfully slices through the log, delivering clean, consistent cuts every time. Immediately afterward, a robust pushing mechanism drives the cutwood into a splitting blade, where sharp knives expertly and efficiently split the logs into neat, manageable pieces. Each firewood segment is cut to uniform sizes, perfectly prepared for burning. The Halverson HWP 140B not only boosts productivity but also saves time and labor, turning a physically demanding task into a safer and more effortless process. The deep green super splitter, powered by an 80 HP Ket turbo diesel engine, stands firm in the vast timber yard. This steel warrior is ready to tear through rough logs with unmatched power and durability. The engine roars like a beast in the forest. Under the skilled operator's control, the hydraulic arm moves forcefully, pressing each log against the sharp steel splitter blade. With a powerful push, the wood cracks open, splitting cleanly into uniform firewood pieces. Around it, piles of neatly stacked wood await the next truckload. In this open space, the machine's strength and the seamless cooperation between man and equipment create a scene of efficient, commanding production. The One Tyrex hydraulic log splitter is a modern, powerful machine designed to quickly split large and tough logs. It features a sturdy steel frame and a reliable hydraulic system that delivers strong and precise pushing force. When a log is placed on the support bed, the operator activates the hydraulic system, and powerful hydraulic pressure from the cylinder pushes down the sharp splitting wedge. The wedge rapidly descends, splitting the log into evenly sized pieces. The process is fast, continuous, and runs with minimal vibration or loud noise. The neatly split pieces are pushed out, ready for transportation. The machine operates smoothly and reduces labor effort, ideal for woodworking workshops and medium to large lumber yards. In the quiet countryside of Prisaboro, where the wind rustles through the treetops and life moves at a measured pace, a new sound rises, deep, steady, unmistakable. It is the sound of machinery, of labor in motion, a hydraulic wood splitter at work. The machine stands firm, forged from heavy-duty steel, its wedge sharp as a blade forged in battle. But rather than roaring with brute force, it operates with a patience and precision that speaks volumes. Each rough log, marked by sap and time, is carefully placed onto the platform. A slow, deliberate push begins, as if there's no need to rush. And then, with a satisfying crack under immense hydraulic pressure, the wood splits cleanly and evenly, transformed from raw timber into usable fuel in mere seconds. The machine continues its rhythm, relentless, accurate, one push after another, one clean split at a time. Each piece of firewood drops into the tray below, uniform and ready, destined to warm homes when winter bites. No team of workers is needed, no deafening roar from engines. Just a single operator, a faithful machine, and hours of consistent, efficient output. This is a perfect example of the philosophy, less, but better, where humans and machines work in harmony to harness nature with intelligence and economy. The hydraulic wood splitter from Prisaboro is not just a tool. It's a symbol of resilience, mechanical brilliance, and the power of simplicity, the Polish way, where small machines bring forth big results. Deep in a quiet green forest, where sunlight filters through the canopy and wind whispers through the trees, a compact machine breaks the silence. The gas-powered wood chipper comes to life. No need for electricity, no boundaries to hold it back. With a full tank of fuel, this little powerhouse becomes a mobile solution for taming fallen branches, dry limbs, and woody waste in remote terrain. The engine hums like the heartbeat of a forest worker. The chipping begins, crisp, rhythmic, unstoppable. One branch after another disappears into the machine's mouth, shredded into sharp, clean wood chips. While the operator stands nearby with minimal effort, the machine runs tirelessly. No breaks, no fatigue, releasing a stream of mulch directly into the forest floor, blending into the earth like it belongs. This is more than a tool. It's a smart, mobile solution for foresters, farmers, and land managers. Compact, portable, powerful. The gas-powered wood chipper, your reliable partner in any landscape, from backyard paths to deep woodland trails. The brute force 14 to 24 wood cutting and splitting machine roars incessantly, blending with the heavy breaths of its operator. Large, rugged logs with thick, cracked bark that seem impossible to conquer are fed one by one into the machine's core. Each sharp cut, like a steel blade, strikes without hesitation, combined with powerful pushes that relentlessly tear through the toughest wood fibers. Occasionally, the machine jams, an alert horn blares, and the worker swiftly intervenes, making adjustments before the machine resumes its relentless assault on stubborn logs. Each log splits and crashes down with a heavy thud, composing a fierce symphony of power and precision, a testament to unyielding endurance and unstoppable force. The block-cutting log splitter is a specialized mechanical design, optimized for fast, efficient splitting of medium to large logs. At the core of the system is a rotating shaft, where two sharp blades are symmetrically mounted on opposite ends. As the shaft spins, both blades rotate rapidly, and with every turn, the blades strike the incoming logs, slicing cleanly through the timber. Logs are fed steadily into the cutting zone, rhythmically, without pause. Each cut produces a crisp, snapping sound, the sound of raw mechanical force fracturing solid wood. The machine works tirelessly, like a steel heartbeat pounding with rhythm and force under sunlight or forest mist. Wood pieces split cleanly and fall continuously, piling behind the machine like a rain of lumber. No need for rest, no hesitation, just relentless spinning and powerful, precise splitting. It's a machine that is both simple and fierce, a compact yet brutal force, where pure mechanics and sharp precision meet to deliver remarkable performance. Splitting 80 centimeters thick logs with the Lasco cone splitter, power forged in shape. Massive logs, up to 80 centimeters thick, are positioned precisely for splitting. The Lasco cone splitter springs into action, its sharp blade like a razor's edge, but the true force lies in its powerful cone-shaped tip. The pointed cone slowly drills deep into the log, delivering relentless, penetrating force. Every millimeter of the timber is torn apart with ruthless precision. The cone not only drills deep but also expands the wood fibers, causing cracks to fan out like lightning strikes, decisive and fierce. The Lasco cone splitter isn't just cutting, it's launching a precise, mighty assault, where the unique shape of the blade combines razor sharpness with brute strength, achieving unmatched efficiency on even the largest, toughest logs. At a lumber yard filled with large logs, the Superfilk firewood processor is running with remarkable power and precision. With its modern design, bold color, and advanced hydraulic system, it performs like an industrial-grade machine built for relentless wood splitting. Logs are loaded onto the feed tray, where an automated mechanical arm clamps onto the log and pushes it toward the saw blade. The blade drops swiftly and cleanly, slicing through the wood in an instant. Right after the cut, the hydraulic ram drives the log piece into the splitting wedge, which can be star-shaped or multi-blade depending on the setup. In just a second, the large log is transformed into multiple small, evenly sized firewood pieces. This process repeats continuously without pause. The finished wood is pushed out onto a conveyor belt, while sawdust and small debris fall into a lower collection bin, keeping the workspace clean and efficient. Our MEC Wyronisto Boy, a minimalist firewood machine, stripped down yet brutally efficient. There's no table, no support platform, just raw ground and rough logs lying in wait. And then, from the body of the RMEC, curved steel hooks extend like claws, ripping the log with unforgiving force. Clack! The metal clamps tighten, and the log is pulled forward with sudden power. No fancy lifting, no rollers. Every motion depends on the brutal grip and push of pure mechanics. The log slides straight into the cutting zone, where hardened blades stand ready. In an instant, it's sliced, split, and forced into the next stage. Everything happens with surgical precision. No wasted movement. No hesitation. RMEC. Why works like a predator, clean, fast, and merciless. In a vast lumber yard, the brute force 24 to 30 firewood processor roars endlessly, its mechanical breaths blending with the operator's rapid breathing. Massive, rough logs, heavy and rugged, are slowly fed onto the razor-sharp blade. The operator lowers the control lever, and instantly, the saw blade drops like a cold steel sword, delivering a swift, clean, and merciless cut. The freshly cut log section falls precisely into place and is immediately pushed forward, where powerful presses split the trunk into slender, sharp strips like steel arrows. The machine's roar echoes, mingling with the crackling and crashing sounds of wood, composing a dramatic mechanical symphony. The small wooden strips then silently slide onto the conveyor belt, smoothly moving toward the collection area, piling up into a mighty mountain of timber. Occasionally, when encountering large, straight, and stubborn logs that resist processing, the man swiftly intervenes, adjusting positions or clearing jams by hand, ensuring the machine runs smoothly without interruption. This seamless collaboration between mechanical power and human skill forms a relentless, powerful rhythm, a process of tireless, intense perseverance. Amidst the busy woodyard, the spalt fix K, 440 multi roars to life under the steady hand of a man. He expertly maneuvers the control lever, pushing rough logs into the sharp, splitting blade. The logs split evenly, each piece dropping onto a sorting platform, where every chunk is carefully inspected and arranged. From here, smaller pieces move onto a long conveyor, steadily building a neat, growing pile of firewood. Nearby, the log fix posh works in harmony, like a perfect duo, supporting the process continuously to make wood processing faster and more efficient. The sound of engines blends with the falling wood, composing a symphony of power and precision. Its engine hums to life, exhaling thick white plumes that mix with the morning fog. A log of frozen pine, dense and cold as stone, rests in position under the steel wedge. The operator, bundled against the cold, reaches for the control lever. Boom! The first strike of the hardened wedge. The frozen grain of the wood resists for a moment, then splits with a sharp crack, like ice breaking on a frozen lake. Two halves fall into the snow, sending a mist of white powder and wood chips into the air. The machine doesn't rest. One log after another is fed in. The hydraulic arm drives downward, again and again. Crack, crack, crack. A relentless rhythm, the heartbeat of a machine born to conquer timber in the harshest of seasons. No music plays here. Only the sound of diesel, the grind of metal, and the snapping of frozen wood echoing through the skeletal forest. In this brutal cold, the SMF-9T is a symbol of power, endurance, and precision, unshaken, unyielding. In a small workshop, the homemade log splitter 1 operates powerfully and efficiently. The machine is simple yet sturdy, handcrafted with mechanical parts and a rotating shaft. Logs are carefully placed on the support bed, then gradually moved by the rotating shaft equipped with sharp blades that continuously split the logs into smaller pieces. The homemade sharp blades spin steadily, making direct contact with the wood, delivering deep and decisive cuts. With each rotation, the logs are sliced into multiple smaller parts, which fall neatly without scattering. The machine produces a steady humming sound, blending with the wood impacts to create the characteristic noise of a manual log splitter. Split_fire 4409, a powerful, decisive wood splitter. The Split_fire 4409, painted in bright red, stands tall amidst a pile of firewood. Its hydraulic arm swiftly lifts the log onto a sturdy platform, ready for a precise split. The thick, sharp steel splitting wedge descends, pressing the log with force. The crackling sound echoes with every split as the tough trunk is cleaved in two, then quickly broken down into perfectly sized firewood pieces. The machine runs smoothly yet powerfully, transforming rough logs into flawless firewood chunks, ready for the fireplace or stove. In a quiet corner of the yard, a bright red log splitter stands out under the warm afternoon light. Simple in appearance, yet built for power, it operates with precise, practiced motion. A man stands beside it, hand firmly gripping the control lever, his gaze following the process with calm familiarity. Each log is placed onto the pusher tray. Lasco LA Split D1-10, a steel arm, and a conical wedge made to tear giants apart. Mounted on a heavy-duty hydraulic arm, the Lasco LA Split D1-10 cone splitter spins with brutal power. The hardened steel cone, thick, sharp, and relentless, slowly presses down into a log up to 60 centimeters in diameter. These are massive trunks, the kind that demand respect. No conveyor, no base, just steel and torque. The arm lowers precisely, the cone bites into the log and starts to spiral inward. You hear the crack, fibers ripping apart, as if the wood is being split from the inside out. In moments, the log fractures, halved, then quartered, cleanly and completely. The Lasco D1-10 doesn't rush. It doesn't hesitate. It simply rips through giant logs like it was made for titans. Split X 450, 5T Yanmar, fiery red power with a sharp hydraulic arm. The Split X 450, painted in striking red, stands like a warrior amidst the woodpile. Its powerful, agile hydraulic arm is equipped with a razor-sharp splitting blade, ready to deliver precise, decisive cuts. The operator smoothly maneuvers the arm, placing each log on a sturdy platform. The splitter blade swiftly descends, pressing forcefully into the rough trunk, the sound of cracking wood echoing through the air. Running quietly yet powerfully, the 5-ton hydraulic system combines strength and precision, transforming large, tough logs into neatly squared firewood pieces, ready for any use. 2.8-ton mini excavator with black splitter cone splitter. Compact power, big performance. This 2.8-ton mini excavator is equipped with the special black splitter cone splitter, creating a small yet powerful wood splitting machine. The steel cone splitter spins rapidly, using rotational force to penetrate deep and split tough logs in two. Despite its compact size, the excavator operates flexibly in hard-to-reach forest areas, delivering high lifting power and precise control. The mechanical arm smoothly guides the cone drill into the wood trunk, twisting powerfully and dividing the wood into smaller pieces, ready for the next processing step. The black splitter on the mini excavator is the perfect blend of smart mechanical design and modern rotational technology, providing an optimal solution for efficient wood splitting in any terrain. The Wemetic Turbo Spalter ECO 15-ton stands firmly, its straightforward design built for rugged performance. Every split speaks of raw mechanical power. A man in work clothes cradles a thick log in his arms and places it carefully beneath the splitting wedge. With a sharp movement, he pulls the hydraulic lever. The steel blade begins to lower, slow but unstoppable, pressing the log until it cracks with a satisfying crunch, splitting cleanly in two as if torn by iron hands. Each log is loaded by hand. Each lever pull begins another cycle. The machine isn't flashy or noisy, but its effectiveness is undeniable. The split wood falls neatly into place, stacking up steadily, ready for transport. In the stillness of the yard, only the sound of metal meeting wood remains, the steady rhythm of real, honest labor, enduring, grounded, and full of purpose. Homemade firewood processor, dust-covered, worn down, but splitting wood with the confidence of a machine built to endure. It's not shiny. There's no polished steel or glossy paint, just a rugged, homemade splitter standing quietly at the job site, caked in sawdust, with chips and the marks of countless working hours. Its frame is scratched, its rollers rusted, but the sliding table still runs smooth, like the heartbeat of an old, seasoned craftsman. Pre-cut logs are placed on the tray. The feed mechanism kicks in clack, and the log glides forward toward the splitting blade. No theatrics, just one decisive stroke, and the log bursts cleanly into evenly sized chunks. The sound is solid, no nonsense, a clear message. I still work. And I work well. It's not pretty, but it's effective. Not new, but reliable. This machine carries the time, sweat, and ingenuity of its maker. A true symbol of labor, creativity, and enduring toughness.